We are talking to TobiWan Kenobi. It's Toby Dawson, caster, English caster of StarLadder and Giant Daughter. Introduce yourself, please, for Empire fans.
Well, you already said, I'm TobiWan, been a commentator for just over 7 years now, and yeah, I cast full-time in Berlin, and I cast Dota 2, mainly.
It's not the first time when you came in Kiev to cast StarLadder. Do you like it?
Yeah, man. The StarLadder, I come here, like, I cast a couple of games a day. I have great Dota. There's great people here. This is like my holiday LAN event I come to. It's just too much fun.
Have you seen Kiev?
No. No.
Really? It's not the first time. So you haven't even walked?
No. Yeah. I don't actually travel. When I go to a LAN event, I don't go out and see the sites normally. Because most of the time I work my ass off at the LAN event and I'm just too tired at the end of the day. The way I cast, I get really exhausted. So I don't want to walk around places and like, oh, building. Yeah. I don't do that kind of stuff. When I come here, I'd rather like lay on a couch, have a beer and talk to my friends. That's the friends I don't always get to see because I cast from a studio most of the time. I don't see them. So yeah, when I come to LAN events, I like spending time with them.
What do you like the most about Ukraine?
The most about Ukraine? It's hard to say because I can't. Can I say cyber arena? Can I say that? Because
maybe parties, after parties, or something.
Oh, originally after parties, yes. And then you have a lot of after parties, and it's hard to enjoy something you don't fully remember. But yeah, there's some good times. I knew. Like the party stopped being my favorite thing after I spent about maybe 10 minutes out the side of a cab hurling into a gutter in the streets of Kiev after going out drinking with Vlad. So yeah, at that point I was realizing the parties have to chill out a little bit.
Is it hard to be at the same level as our man in drinking?
No.
So you drink the same?
Oh yeah, I can keep up with Vlad. Normally though I know if I'll regret it the next day. Like I'll know if I'll regret it the next day. And I think he also regrets it the next day, but he handles it better than I do. So, yeah, I know my limits.
Have you seen Ukrainian women and what do you think about them?
I remember when I first came to Ukraine, I used to say the most beautiful women in the world were actually from Singapore. And I traveled to Sweden. I was like, oh, the Swedish girls are amazing. And like, I saw the Swedish girls, and like, it was good. And the first time I came to Ukraine, I'm like, hey, let me come back here again. Ukrainian women are beautiful, absolutely, like they're gorgeous. I don't know if it's just Cyber Arena that brings the best ones. I haven't walked out in the. Actually, even walking up and down between my hotel, down the streets here, I'm just like, behave yourself.
And are you married?
No.
So will you look for a girl in Ukraine?
No. I will find a girl in Ukraine on by my own devices if I want to. But yeah, I actually I actually haven't had a real relationship for 7 years. Casting, and I started casting 7 years ago. You can probably put one and one together and work out that a girl and casting don't always fit.
Wow. I know that you are from Australia. Mm-hmm. But you live in Germany.
Yes.
Is it, I don't know, strange for you to live in Germany, or do you have homesick, and how many times you
Not really.
go to Australia?
Not really. I'm not one of those people that says, oh, I must be at home. Like, I'm a person that likes my own bed at nights, but I'm not a person that goes, I must be in my own country. I go wherever I feel most comfortable. And in esports, I never really felt comfortable in Australia. And now I'm here in Europe and I'm just so close to everything. Like I can come here to Kiev, I can go over to Sweden for DreamHack, I can go for German stuff, I've been over to Poland. Like I feel like I'm really centered in the world of esports in Europe. So I don't really feel homesick because I'm where I want to be.
This season you are not the only caster, English caster,
yep.
And Bruno came.
Yep.
Are you glad that you're not alone now.
Yeah, it is nice. It's very, very comforting. Like, you cast a LAN event solo and your voice really starts to tear, and your mind as well, because you've got to keep 100% focused all the time. But having another person there means like he's going to be supporting you all the way too. Like, he's another set of eyes which can see First Bloods, which, by the way, haven't missed a single one, but Vlad has.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, no, I'm actually, like, I haven't actually got to sleep that much at night, because I don't know why, actually, because I got to my hotel at a decent hour. But yeah, my brain's been really switched on, and Bruno's been awesome to cast with, so yeah, I'm really happy he's here.
Okay, and let's go back to Dota 2. What do you think about new roster of Team Empire?
The Team Empire roster, like I was saying on my live stream for a long time, that Team Empire plays the best Dota out of CIS. To a point, it was actually better than what Na'Vi plays. So I actually had a lot more hopes for them on the first day. Like, I had a lot of hopes for Team Empire on day one, and I like what they did at the ESWC qualifiers in the grand final. They played aggressive lanes, they played dynamic Dota, and they coordinated well. And in game one, on their first day, their winners bracket semi-final, they played really well. And then they stopped playing like the Team Empire I knew. They choked.
So this simply a lack of experience?
I don't know what you can bring it down to. If it's experience on LAN or just not enough confidence in themselves. Because it's the first time they've played a LAN event with this roster. So I'm like, I just hope for more. I was sitting there going, it's going to be 2-1 to Empire at the start of that day. And it kind of looked like at one point it might be. But yeah, I was disappointed.
And tomorrow Empire will play against Rockskis.
Yep.
What's your expectations?
2-0, Empire. Roskis are okay, but they're not playing coordinated, they're not playing structured, and like they got schooled by Alliance today, and that's going to be in the back of their heads as they go into tomorrow. So we'll be looking at Na'Vi versus Empire at the end of tomorrow night.
So Na'Vi lost to Alliance.
Yep.
And if Empire will win Rockskis, it will be like the thing that Empire lost that game, but they played really well. And this is time for revenge. So do you think that Empire will manage to win?
That's possibly the hardest question you could ask, because I don't know. Na'Vi can be 100% on the money one game and can be completely off the next one. So I really don't know, man. If Team Empire plays aggressive, if Team Empire runs their lanes I know they can win with, and gets the pickups that I know they can get through the draft, then yeah, I reckon they can take it. They've got to make sure they keep focused and coordinated and really play their own style and not be afraid to do so. Because right now they go in as the underdogs. Na'Vi, everyone will back them over Rockskiss. I remember even the polls were out there, and it was just like when those two teams were playing, it was like 13% were going for Roskis, and the rest were Na'Vi, for Empire, and the rest was Na'Vi. So for this one, for tomorrow's game, I really hope Empire just take the gloves off and play Russian Dota. Go and kill shit. That's what they should do. Bring back the silencer and the aggressive tri-lane.
So, and do you like picks of Empire? Then it's like they're innovating our players. New picks. They picked Viper last game. They picked Spectre, and it was really a rare pick. They start to pick silencer.
Yep.
So
their picks are good. Their picks are actually quite good. The issue I always saw was the ability to follow through with their picks. Like, you can pick to go, like, the Spectre pick up against, like, a VS and a Coddle. You're instantly like, hell yeah, that's going to be great. You get a Radiance up and running. Those two supports should die almost instantly just from your ulti without having to reality in. And then they didn't make anything of it. Like, they had Prophet and they had Spectre. Two great heroes for split pushing. And it never happened. So their draft is good, their execution was off. So yeah, that's what I was saying. They got to focus and execute right.
Okay, and what do you think about new heroes in Dota 2?
Elder Titan broken, Troll broken, and Summary done.
So they're overpowered.
Yeah. Supports can't, like normal supports, like Crystal Maiden, like Alliance still decide to play it, and teams still decide to play it. But Elder Titan and Rubik, like Rubik copped an Elder Titan Spirit and lost half of his life. And you're there going as a support, well, what am I supposed to do now?
20 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can't run properly up against Elder Titan, and Troll Warlord is more than himself. He buffs everybody on the map. He makes for very early Roshans, he makes for like quick killers as well. Like these heroes which normally wouldn't attack anywhere near as fast. He makes Nature's Prophet a DPS hero. And you're there going, holy crap, that's like 15 minutes in, he can already one-hit me. And I was like, like things get really bad when Troll's on the field. And then his ability to stand in a fight with a 60% miss chance. Now, that in itself is almost stupid. Yeah, so Troll is a really critical hero, and so is Elder Titan.
We haven't seen Omnic Knight, Venomancer for a while, and some of other heroes. Will they come back? Because there were some changes. Omnic Knight now has a Game Scepter that makes his ultimate now.
You'd never buy it on the hero. It's like Doom. Doom got reworked for like his Doom buff.
Yep.
No one cares. No one has built an Aghanim Scepter on that hero because you don't. There's no reason to do it. The Dooms that keep coming out have like Mech, they have Vladimir's Offering because they become this push really fast farmer, or you go with like what Fear does from EG, which is like a jungle first, Hand of Midas, Phase Boot, Shadow Blade, and you start killing people very quickly as well. Like, you have these kind of things that make a difference. The Aghanim's upgrade doesn't make any kind of difference to him. So it's some heroes just have found a better spot in the meta. You're never going to see Omni Knight really come back unless we start going into these heroes like for a while they try to bring him back with like this repel onto TA, so you could have a blink jump in and and you had repel, so it's like having a BKB straight away. So people tried that kind of stuff, but Omni Knight doesn't give enough to the lineup. If you start like doing push strats again, then I'd like to see Omni Knight come back, but only if they start doing push strats.
So, what do you think? Who will win the StarLadder?
Alliance, hands down.
So, do you think they're at the same level? They're the best in the world?
Yeah. As far as Alliance go, their coordination's the best. The hero depth of their pool is massive. In comparison to Na'Vi, it's very, very big. So they've got a lot of options up their sleeve, and that's really what you want to have when you come to a LAN event. Na'Vi, they play really, really well with the heroes they pick up, so don't fix what's not broken. But at the same time, they might find themselves getting out-drafted, and I think that's the biggest fear that they'll have, that they get a small disadvantage in a lane. And Alliance are a team where you need to have an advantage in the draft to beat them. Their coordination's really just amazing. So you need advantage somewhere, and you try and get it in the draft. And if you can't, you've got to force it in the lane.
You're a caster, but you're also a fan. What's your favorite team?
See, people always say that kind of stuff. Like, I got a message yesterday saying, oh my god, stop Toby from being a Na'Vi fanboy. And I read that, I'm like sitting there going, I'm already saying that Alliance are going to win this, or I'm going to say like Team Empire is going to win this. And people, I don't have any favorite team anymore. Originally, it was always Na'Vi. Originally, and then Na'Vi had roster changes, and I got really disappointed in them, and I just thought, what's the point anymore? Like, roster changes happen so often in the scene that all I really look for is a team that gives me action-packed Dota, fun Dota, and inventive Dota. Because me as a caster, that's what I enjoy the most. I don't just say I like this brand because it's this brand. I like a brand because they give me good Dota.
And why are you disappointed in Na'Vi?
When you have players of a team come to you and they say, we just don't care about this, that instantly makes me, like, grit my teeth. I don't like that. Like, every competition, in a way, should mean something. You don't turn up to lose. But at the same time, like, I can understand you don't turn up to give 110% for every competition. But I prefer a team that doesn't hold back or doesn't give a crap. They just turn up because they think they can win. They know they can win. And that was the attitude which I got, and it rubbed me up the wrong way. So that was the reason why.
And what's your favorite hero in Dota 2?
Drone.
Who?
Drone Ranger.
Drone Ranger?
Yeah.
But people hate it in pubs.
Yeah, she sucks as a hero, actually. In pubs, she's not even broken. She's easily counterable in all games, but she was my first ever Dota 2 hero. Dota hero, like in Warcraft 3 Dota. first hero I played. So she's always going to be my favorite.
And what hero you dislike the most?
Because I like Elder Titan because I know I can always win if he's in my team. So I can't say I dislike him the most. Hero I dislike the most. I really can't answer that. I don't think there's a hero where I'd say I'd ultimately hate this person. Naga would probably be as close as I get. And that's because Naga stops the fun.
That's strange. There was a fix in Dota 2, and they fixed the bug when Pudge.
Yeah, they stopped fountain hooking.
Fountain hooking, yes. What do you think about that? Is it correct, or it's like...
The change is correct. I don't see a reason why a team which hasn't earned the experience or the money to buy the damage can use the damage of a fountain. A fountain is there to protect heroes so they don't get spawn camped. And it's using it in a different way. It's using it as an aggressive part, the fountain. If teams are stupid enough to come close enough to it, then they deserve to take the damage. But if you can get hooked from one side of the map to the other, when you have items which would allow you to solo 5 heroes, and then you get killed by something which you had no choice in going towards, I don't see that as a proper game element. So I agree with the change.
But you said that you like fun, and fountain hooking was
it's fun.
A lot of
it's fun. We'll laugh our asses off at it. But when you had like a moment like we did at the International, where a huge amount of money is on the line, and then you do this, and you're like, there goes the gyro. He's now back inside the base, and he's dying to something he shouldn't be dying to because it shouldn't be possible to happen.
But you know, it's not the bug that is could be easily made by, and it needs really high level of skill and timing and a lot of it.
I can fountain hook. It doesn't require a high level of skill.
But in professional gaming, I think there's difference.
Chen casts Sembak, Pudge moves up, count down the seconds, hook a target, bump. Anybody can do it.
So thanks you for the interview. Maybe you want to give some shout-outs or something else?
Shout out to everyone that follows me from the CIS scene. Shout out to the weird person on Team Empire's Twitter that seems to retweet and answer everything I say. And also thanks to anybody who follows me, which is TobiWan Dota for almost everything. Facebook. I did have a VK page, but I kind of stopped using it. But Facebook and Twitter, you guys can find me there. And make sure I still have more followers than Vlad.